Well, hello and welcome once again to the DCL podcast, where we're inviting you to sit back, relax, and we'll be on our way shortly. Well, welcome back to the DCL podcast and our first show for 2018. Joining me today is the co-host of the show and the owner of Pack Your Pixie Dust Travel, along with being an attorney, the hard worker from Detroit, Michigan, is Christy. How are you doing today, Christy?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. You kind of brought this idea
up. I
up.
like my intro.
I like that. You kind of brought this idea up, and I thought it might be kind of a fun thing to do as we're moving into 2018 to kind of talk about what we've got planned coming up this year and some of the trips that we are looking at taking.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea.
So speaking of which, what is on the horizon for you, Christy, and your family?
I'm excited. This month in January, we have a bit of Disney planned. So we have our last basically 5 weeks of our annual pass. So my son and I are doing a quick little trip coming up here soon to Disney World, right after you get back, actually, to do a mother-son getaway while my husband travels for work. So we are getting out of the cold winter in Michigan here and going to Disney World. And then at the end of the month, I'm super excited about this. We have a 8-night stay. I don't know when the last time I've stayed for 8 nights, if I've ever stayed for 8 nights at Disney World. So Saturday to Sunday trip. My mom is coming for the first half, and we are staying at one of those cabins. I am so excited.
I am totally excited
Copper
about
Creek.
that too. I can't wait to hear about those.
Yeah, so we're staying in one of those cabins, and then we are going to the Polynesian Hotel for the remaining 6 nights. I mean, it's just, I am so excited about that trip. So, and then my annual passes will be gone, and thus will most of my Disney stays for the year.
Do I see another annual pass in the future, maybe?
You know, I'm sure we will.
Uh-huh.
I threw out the idea. Frankly, I just looked maybe yesterday or the day before. If Disney had a 13-month option again, like they did before, like they did last year, I would have just bought one and then activated it in the fall because I'm addicted. But they don't. It's a 12-month option. So I am going to wait. But maybe, next year we have Star Wars Land. This summer there's Toy Story Land opening. So there's some stuff that I'm going to want to go and see. Whatever. I'm sure I'll be there in the fall because I can't stay away for a weekend at least.
Yeah, I have a hard time seeing you finishing up in January for your Disney travel for 2018, but I could be wrong.
You could be, but you're probably not.
How about and you guys have got a pretty cool cruise coming up this summer too, as well, don't you?
Well, we do this summer, but before that, we have an equally cool cruise coming up. We are doing the Panama Canal cruise on Disney in April.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I am very excited about that trip. I cruised the Panama once before in like 1998, and so I'm just so excited to take my family and go back and experience it again and experience it as more of a grown-up, and I just cannot wait. So that is a 14-night cruise, and then we booked, because we were going to be in California at the end of it, we booked Disneyland for 3 nights.
That's right. You guys are staying at the Disneyland Hotel, right?
We are. And I've never stayed there. I've only been to Disneyland one other time. So I'm really excited about that. And actually, we booked that 3-night stay just 3 days before my in-laws let us know that they wanted us to go on an Alaskan cruise with them and my husband's family in, late June, July, basically, the first week of July. So that is our next exciting vacation is Alaska, the Alaskan cruise. And I've never been up there, so that's really exciting. So we have some really big stuff. And of course, I have no idea how we're going to fit it all in because I'm pretty sure that my husband's not going to have any vacation time left. And we would never have added on the 3 nights at Disneyland.
Right.
But we had bought our plane tickets, and, it was just long enough after that to not be able to do anything about it. So we're going to figure it out. We're going. So I have some big trips.
Yeah, those are awesome trips. Well, you can always, after you get back from the Alaska cruise, just send Dave out to work again, and you and Blake can go on vacation down to Disneyland in the fall.
Yeah, there you go. I should probably work too. I looked at my schedule and, I'm not working most of January. I'm not working most of April. So I should probably work.
Yeah, but boy, that's exciting. I can't wait to hear about all your travels, especially through Panama Canal. I've never been down there, and
It's
some
so
of the
awesome.
stops along there. And then Alaska is going to be truly amazing. That's just a beautiful place to go. So I think you guys are really going to have a good time up through the Inside Passage and seeing all that Alaska has to offer.
I'm so excited. Lastly, one tiny little trip at the end of the year. I don't know when yet. It'll be in December. I won. So people should enter contests because I won one. And I won a 2-night inaugural, like pre-inaugural cruise or whatever they're called on Celebrity Edge, the new ship that they're coming out with. So my husband and I get to go, well, if he can figure out the vacation time, my husband and I get to go and do that for 2 nights. You know, it's just they bring in people that try out the ship and, you know, look at things. And I entered a contest and won.
That's pretty cool. Was that through Celebrity itself, or?
It was. And it was specifically, that particular contest was specifically for travel agents. But, you know, there's so many of those. And actually, it was like a weekly thing that I think they're still doing. And I won the very first week. So it was just the coolest thing ever. I think I screamed, and like my kid was like, "Ooh, where are we going?" And so fortunately, he won't remember.
We're going to Grandma's house.
Exactly. You've got a 2-night stay at Grandma's house.
Yeah, all expenses paid. Where does that leave out of?
Miami, I believe.
Nice.
It could be anywhere though. Like they could do whatever they want with us.
Yeah, yeah.
Stay.
But what an amazing opportunity to be, you know, some of the first people on a brand new ship like that. That would be really neat to be able to do that.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I don't want the whole year to go away, and obviously I have some great trips coming up this year. But man, I am excited about that little tiny cruise on that ship. It just looks like it's going to be so awesome.
Yeah, it's funny, like the littlest things sometimes are even bigger than bigger ones, I guess. So that's
Yeah.
so cool for you guys to have won that.
Yeah, so that's my year.
Awesome. Well, we're kind of busy, I guess, too. More so than I originally thought we were going to be. We are headed, hopefully, if I can get out of Newark tomorrow. I'm in Newark as we're recording this. There's supposed to be a snowstorm, but my wife and I are supposed to be flying down Friday, the 5th of January, for the marathon weekend. So I've never been down there for marathon weekend. I don't know if you've been down there for race weekends before, but I guess it gets kind of crazy.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. I haven't. I had a friend that they used to go every year. So, yeah, they said it should be fun, though.
Yeah, so we're staying at, just using our DVC to stay at Saratoga Springs. I haven't stayed there before, but right across from Disney Springs, so kind of looking forward to that. And really looking forward to 26.2 miles of fun along the marathon course on Sunday.
With an injury.
Yeah, my training has not been too good, but I'm not really too worried about record or times. This is just for the fun of it, if a marathon can be fun. But no, it should be a good time. My brother's coming down, and so looking forward to that. And then we also have actually 2 cruises booked this summer too, like you. My wife and I are going to do just a 3-night Baja cruise on the Wonder out of San Diego in May. And unfortunately, we're just going to miss you. Yeah, because you guys are going to get in through the Panama Canal with it, and then I think we leave on it like 2 weeks later. So
Keeps working out like that.
I know. But yeah, just kind of for the fun of it kind of thing, just the 2 of us are going to go. So kind of looking forward to that. And then
I'm so jealous that you get to do an adults-only cruise with your wife. That's so awesome.
I know. We've gone with friends and stuff like that, and that's always fun. And I mean, I think that's my favorite way to travel. If you're not traveling with family, is with friends. But I'm really looking forward to just a couple nights, just the 2 of us hanging out and doing whatever we want.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then our big vacation this year is in June. We're taking the kids, and we are flying to Rome for 3 or 4 days, and then we're jumping on the Magic and doing the 7-day cruise from Rome over to Barcelona. So really looking forward to that. Our youngest one is really excited because he read a book about Pompeii. So we are stopping in Pompeii. You stop in Naples and you get to Pompeii that day. And there's actually a tour that came through, kind of a traveling tour, where they actually brought like exhibit pieces that were actually from Pompeii this past fall in Portland, and we went down and saw that, and he was really into it. So I'm kind of excited to take him back and let them see some really cool history around the Mediterranean.
Oh, that is so awesome. Yeah, that we actually stopped at Herculaneum. I think that's how you say it.
Okay.
During our stop at Naples, and it is awesome. And we just picked that location instead of Pompeii because it was a little closer, and we knew there'd be less people, and there was like nobody there.
What is
it's
that?
A small Pompeii.
Okay.
So it's another city that got, taken where the, whatever is it called, the volcano,
Right.
that the ash went over and, took away the town basically. And so they dug it out just like Pompeii. It's just a smaller version of it. And like for our cruise, there was nobody there.
Huh. I'll have to look into that because we're not steadfast into going to Pompeii, so maybe I'll have to take a look at that. That might be a kind of a different idea to do too. Like you said, if you don't have the crowds too, that might be kind of nice.
It was really nice.
Yeah. Where else did you guys stop? Do you remember when you guys went through?
Yeah, we started in Barcelona and we ended in Venice.
Okay.
So I doubt you're going up to Venice, right?
Right. We're not doing Venice this time.
So Florence, are you going to Florence?
Yep, we're going to Florence and oh geez,
Rome.
I'm just starting to look at it. But
no,
Monte Carlo
you're
and
probably
some other
going to
places.
France, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's where we stopped too. So we did Florence, we did Naples, we did the France, which is not really, it's like you could go to Monte Carlo, but it's Nice, I guess.
Right.
It's right outside there. Villefranche. I can't speak French. Villefranche.
Yeah.
I cannot not even make the words come out of my mouth.
Well, I'll
Which
work
that
on.
in and of itself is just a cute town.
Yeah, well, I'll work on it and see if I can have it down by the time we get back this summer. So.
Yeah, and I think we used Rick Steves to get. Now, obviously, we were adults, and it was just 2 adults. But we basically did all the touring on our own. Only made a couple of mistakes. Like we bought 2 train tickets once, and I think my husband went to buy water. So I was buying train tickets, I think in Italian or something, and so that happened. And then my husband went to get us a cup of water and ended up with like a $6 bottle of water later. But whatever. So I don't think that's too bad though.
No, that's pretty good. So, and we're not averse to doing stuff by ourselves. I'm just kind of starting to look at that now to try and figure out what we're gonna do for like short excursions. But I don't know if it's kind of like the Panama Canal cruise or not. But it's 6 days in the port and only 1 sea day, so that's a lot of port days. So it's hard with little guys to go nonstop during all those days. So I'm sure one of those port days we're gonna just kind of kick back and relax a little bit.
I would go with France then as your day for sure to do that.
Okay.
But we'll have time. We could do pre-shows too before that. No, the Panama Canal is the exact opposite. We have like 8 sea days and 5 days in port or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds like my kind of cruise.
So, exactly. It's going to just be chill.
Yeah. Well, awesome. And then I guess we'd probably round out the year. We've got a room booked in Disneyland for October again next year. That seems like it's going to be, moving forward for us, the best time to go down to Disneyland. So our kids have a fall break, so we'll probably try and do that again if that works. But that's kind of our Disney-fied vacation coming up in 2018. So looking forward to it just like you are.
Nice.
Yeah.
We have a good year ahead of us.
We do. Now let's at the end of the year, let's see how much of it actually happened.
Well, okay, all I have to say is all things are booked. They better all happen, and then we can see what else was added.
There we go. That's a better way to put it. Let's see what we add on to it. So,
yeah. Because if one of my trips don't happen, that means something bad occurred.
Well,
and I don't want something bad to occur.
That's true. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. I didn't mean it quite that way, but anyways.
So yeah, we'll see. I'm sure that I will do another fall trip that's a weekend, and it'll probably be Disney World, but I can't imagine that I can stay home from July until December.
Right.
There'll be a short, I'm thinking, long weekend somewhere in there.
Well, cool. So a lot of fun things coming up for us, and I guess from the 2 of us, we hope you guys have got a lot of fun trips planned as well.
If you want to share your trips with us, comment on our Facebook page, and actually come and follow the Facebook page because we just did a giveaway. I think it was a combination of, maybe it was on the Pixie Dust page where we were asking people where they listen to our podcast, but either way, listener Ryan won, and her package is going out. This is the first week of January, and we're actually getting it mailed today, just so you know. And I'm going to be doing other giveaways on that page, so like it, follow it, and we'll give you a prize.
Definitely. So there you go. Come follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Usually you can find me on Twitter with DCL Podcast and Christy at PackYR Pixie Dust as well. Kind of some fun places to come hang out and talk all about DCL and just Disney and just have some fun. Well, I hope you enjoyed this quick show as Christy and I talked about some of the vacations that we have planned for 2018, and we would love it if you would come over to Facebook and share with us some of the plans that you have for 2018 as well. It's always fun to see what other people are planning. As for the show, got a lot of fun things planned as well in 2018. Look for probably tomorrow we'll have the next show out, and that's the second part with Aaron Foster when Len and Aaron joined us, and we finish up talking about Disney Cruise Line and we move into just a fun discussion on River Cruising with Adventures by Disney. So look for that show here in the next day or so. And after that, my wife and I were just recently down for the Walt Disney World Marathon. So it was her second Run Disney event and my first, and I thought we'd get together and talk about that a little bit. So look for that one here in the week or so. And then we're going to move on into, we're just kind of jokingly calling it DCL 101. And Christy and I will give you some of our thoughts on what to book for first cruise. Of course, there's really no right or wrong answers as far as that goes, and how and when to book with DCL. We'll then also jump into how to plan for your first cruise. And we need to do a show about sailing out of Port Canaveral, which I've never done, and out of Miami, so two of the most popular DCL ports. And we are looking out, if anybody's been on a very maritime cruise this past holiday season, or if anybody's experienced Marvel or Star Wars Day at Sea, we'd love to hear from you, the listeners. Contact us on Facebook at DCL Podcast, or you can reach me on Twitter at DCL Podcast, and we'd love to have you come on the show and share your experiences with our listeners as well. And finally, one more show that I'm working on. We're going to go back to Papenburg, Germany to update some news information coming out of the cruise industry with Florian. So look forward to that one as well. Well, as always, you can reach out to us, as I just said, on Facebook at DCL Podcast. You can reach me on Twitter at DCL Podcast. And, of course, you can reach Christy at PackYR Pixie Dust on Twitter as well. And as always, we'd like to thank you, the listener, for coming back and taking a listen. If you know anybody else out there that would enjoy the show, we sure would appreciate it if you'd share it with them as well. And if you are heading out on your next vacation between now and our next show, all of us here at the DCL Podcast would like to wish you fair winds and happy sailings as you head out on your next adventure. So thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time on the DCL Podcast.